Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Well, what a gorgeous, beautiful morning it is. It just feels so relaxing to come out here. It smells just amazing. It's not too cold and it's not too hot, just absolutely kind of that perfect blend. Really, really nice. You might hear my neighbor over here. He's still doing a little bit of work. I've heard some drilling and some hammering and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe he's building the Taj Mahal over there, but I'm sure he's gonna love it once it's done with all the construction that he's put in. That's for sure. Well, guys, I was reading one article today that really caught my interest, and this one was coming from Gary Gensler, and of course, talking about how the SEC already has all the authority they need to do what they want to do. And you get into this article, and it gets like pretty heavy. I mean, they're really celebrating the library win as being an absolutely massive one. And of course, what he's saying is, look, we don't need more, authority. We have all the authority that we need right now, all the clarity that we need right now, which is almost laughable because, of course, they'll never come out and tell you what that clarity is, right? We've asked and asked and asked, and other companies have, gone in and talked with them to find out, only to find out there is no clarity, none whatsoever. It's like, we're going to make our rules up as we go along, and, you're just going to have to, play catch up the whole time. And if you do come in and work with us, well, by and by, we're just going to take everything that you come in and bring to us and all that and turn around and twist it and use it to sue you and take, every opportunity of having a decent business away. That's what the SEC is all about. Guys, do not kid yourself. The SEC says that their mandate is to be out there and to protect the average investor from getting hosed. Well, that is just absolutely ridiculous, considering the fact that Gary Gensler had met with Sam Bankman-Fried so many times. It's absolutely ridiculous, and yet has not once sat down with John Deaton to talk about all the 75,000 people that John Deaton represents in this whole Ripple versus SEC case. And when you consider that, the 75,000 people that have signed on to John Deaton's part of that, application are the people that the SEC says it's there to protect. And yet they were literally opposing John Deaton representing any of us at all. So it just goes to show it's just hogwash. And literally, Gary Gensler's out there meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried practically just a week, maybe a week and a half before the whole house of cards came crashing down. Unbelievable. And yet are acting like they're all surprised. I don't think they're surprised at all. I think they knew exactly what was going on. They allowed this balloon to blow up as big as it possibly could before it burst. And they sat back with glee because, you see, guys, it gives them the narrative that they need to come in with guns a-blazing and ride in like the Lone Ranger, we're here to save you kind of deal. And slap all these charges now on SBF, which we'll see. Charged and convicted, guys, are two different things. Let's just see what happens at the end of the day here. Now, having said that, I'll tell you what. If the SEC wins this case against Ripple, it is game over for crypto. I'll tell you why. They will feel so empowered that they are just going to go on a killing spree. It'll be a bloodbath. And if you think that they're aggressive now, you've seen nothing yet. They're going to go after absolutely every crypto project there is. And on top of that, guys, they are going to attack exchanges like no tomorrow. In this article that I was reading, they had said, hey, we haven't yet gone after Coinbase for being for selling unregistered securities. Just get that. But you can bet your bottom dollar they will. And why? What's the whole motivation here? I can tell you what it is. From my perspective, what I see, the motivation is to keep the ones in power, keep them staying in power. That's your whole traditional backbone of the whole equities market. They want it so that They can have it so that you have to go through a broker. You're not dealing with the exchange yourself. You're going to go through one of these traditional houses. They're the ones that are going to deal with it. And then on top of that, don't think after they've dealt with all the exchanges and kiboshed all these cryptos and all this kind of stuff, don't think that they're not going to come after self-storage. Ask yourself this, whenever you've bought in an equity, when was the last time you actually got a stock certificate mailed to you? That doesn't happen anymore, guys. It hasn't happened for a long, long time. They're custodied for you as well. And I think eventually we are going to see situations where if they get their way, the way that they want it, and they, literally are able to go after all these various digital asset projects and then attack the exchanges on top of that. And by the way, having said that, Jim Cramer came out there and says, oh, Binance looks like it's going to be good. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, guys, whether Binance is going to be solvent or it's not solvent, all this and that, this is what I think about that. Use an exchange for what an exchange is for, buying and selling. And that's about it. Don't use an exchange like a bank and store your crypto on there. Get some self-storage and store it yourself. That's the whole beauty of digital assets, something we've never had before when it comes to an asset class like this, is you can self-store it, not your keys, not your crypto. And so there's all kinds of products out there. And of course, cold storage is the best storage in my view. So you got Treasure, Decent, Ledger, those are the big top three. And there's many other ones there, Epipal Titan or something like that, different ones. And so that's how I would deal with that. Don't live in fear. Just go out there and get them on a cold storage wallet. But having said all that, their objective is to kill this free market like what we've got here. Now, they call theirs a free market, but when you think about it, it's anything but free. You're paying fees to your broker to go out and get it. You're paying fees when you buy and sell. You're paying fees, of course, for the custodying of it. It's just a big money-making machine for these big houses. And if you think that they can see, like we can see, that this is the future of finance, guys, especially when you got people like BlackRock and Larry Fink coming out telling you that the next evolution for, the markets is going to be the tokenization of securities. Don't kid yourself. They see what's coming down the road, and they're not going to allow. And all these exchanges, and look, Binance and Coinbase and Kraken and all that, these are minnows in comparison to the BlackRocks, the Goldman Sachs, and the JP Morgans. I'll tell you that right now. And so these big boys, do you think that they're going to let these other, these little exchanges come in and take over the entire future of finance for the world? I don't believe it. I think what they're going to do is they're going to use all their government pals and every persuasion they possibly can, and even dastardly deeds like setting up exchanges like FTX on the sly. I think there is such a story behind that whole FTX debacle that we would not believe it when we find out exactly who was pulling all the levers and everything like that. And SBF, sure, he's culpable, but I think he was a puppet. He's not the puppet master, if you know what I mean. And I'm telling you what, they would love to crush all that. Not crush crypto, not crush digital assets indefinitely, because they're going to survive. And not all of them, of course, but there's going to be a lot of them that will. I think actually we probably might see less than 50 that truly survive. But needless to say, they want to be the ones steering the ship. They want to be at the helm. You can absolutely guarantee it, because that's where the future of finance is going. And once they take care of all of these issues, and they take care of all the exchanges, and they set it up where you have to go through these traditional ways and means of getting onto it, and they're going to go after self-custody, and then they're going to make rules. Well, because I'll tell you one reason why. Your digital assets self-custodied cannot be seized like your equities or your stocks can be seized. It is impossible for them to truly get at it so long as you hold your private keys and you've got it all up there. They can't get at it, guys. That is the beauty of digital assets. That's why they're truly a form of financial liberty. They don't want that. They don't want us being our own banks. You can bet your bottom dollar. And eventually, I think what we might see is some sort of legislative move to govern self-custody. Now, I don't know how it's going to look like at the end of the day, but I do think for sure we're going to go down that road. So, it's something to kind of think about. And that's where we have got to truly be out there and voicing our concerns. Absolutely. Now, look, if Ripple wins, and I believe they will win, I'm telling you what, the whole industry, the whole digital asset space will owe Ripple a heap of thanks for fighting it right to the nth degree. If it has to go all the way to the Supreme Court, let's take it there. Hopefully it doesn't have to go that far, but I'm telling you what, it is worth the fight and not to capitulate and go through it, because if they lose, like I said, it is game over, in the sense that it is not going to look like it has anymore, and the days of the 100x, 1000x returns are probably going to be coming to a very quick end. You'll see a big pump, but it'll probably be the very last one that you ever get to see. So those of us that are in this space now, wow, I'm telling you, what a rocket ship ride. And this is how you survive it, guys. You get your stuff on cold storage and you build up nerves of steel, and that is the only way. Because remember, this market is gauged, is measured by fear and greed. And don't kid yourself, they'll be playing on those emotions like you've never seen before. They're going to be after it, that is for sure. Well, guys, I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday. It's hump day, middle of the week, eh? Anyway, I hope you have a good one. I've got a great video planned for us later on today, and until then, take care.